The Ministry of Works and Transport this weekend announced a 50% reduction in license acquisition costs. This initiative is aimed at making it more affordable for Boda Boda riders to obtain licenses and comply with the law.
It's a law that to go on the road with a motorcycle, you must have a driving license. So we have cut our charges for someone to acquire a license. Some of the fees, we have cut them to over 50%, some of them 60%, some of them 40%, in order to ensure compliance.
Currently, only 126 permits have been issued to Boda Boda riders, a small fraction compared to the over 1 million motorcycles on the road. The Transport Ministry identified high permit costs as a significant barrier preventing many riders from obtaining legal permits.
For example, out of over 1 million Boda Bodas we have in the country, those who have permits, those are driving licenses, in our system, there are only 126,000. Those are the permits we have issued according to our system. That shows there's no compliance. We have seen someone riding a motorcycle, especially the Boda Bodas, the income they generate is little. We have decided to reduce the fees.
As part of the new measures, the ministry has reduced the fee for learner permits to 40,000 shillings from 60,000 shillings. 1 year permits reduced to 100,000 shillings from 135,000 shillings. 3 year permits to 130,000 shillings from 230,000 shillings. And 5 year permits to shillings 250,000 shillings from 320,000 shillings. Vyamukama says the Transport Ministry would work with the police through the Ministry of Internal Affairs to release all impounded Boda Bodas that were seized due to lack of driving permits. This release is conditional upon the riders obtaining their permits within a given time frame, and Boda Bodas on the road have been granted a 1-month grace period to acquire the necessary permits.
We have been seeing the Boda Bodas fighting with police on the road when they're impounding them, don't have permits. And many Boda Bodas are in police stations. But for this one, we are sitting next week with Uganda Police. That is through the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Then later we shall seek consultation from Cabinet. We want all those Boda Bodas which were impounded without driving permits to be released. They give them to the owners on condition that the owners will get the driving licenses.
Leaders of Boda Boda operators have welcomed the initiative by the Transport Ministry of reducing the permit costs by 50% so as to enable most of these Boda Boda riders to acquire permits so as to comply with the laws. However, they have raised red flags on third parties, accusing them of corruption, and have asked the ministry to put a check on these third parties.
The issue of driving license, it has been a problem, by the way. We are very happy that the ministry and the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency Kaguta Museveni, has reduced the price of driving license. But what we also request, let the ministry remove these so-called brokers.
Naye ate waliwo ekizibu era ekiri ekibaddewo nga kyongeza driving license ebbeeyi ba broker. Driving schools ziri mandated kusomesa bavuzi ba bidduka. N'ennaku zino zibadde zaafuuka ba broker. Nga mu makkati awo bakola ate mulimu gwa kufunira abantu driving license. Ekintu ekikyamu era nga abakulembeze tukivumirira era tutegeeza driving school yonna enasangibwa mu mbeera eno nga ate era yeefudde broker. Kuba wabeerawo makkati awo omuntu esente zeeyongera ate gavumenti yekomekkereza nga efunye ekifaananyi ekibi nti permit ya bbeeyi.
Now, according to the Ministry of Works and Transport, only 126,000 Boda Bodas have registered licenses out of the million existing Boda Bodas in the country. And the question remains, will this new initiative register success in as far as compliance is concerned? David Ijo, NTV, Weekend Edition.